Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Before we start, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. Things are about to get intense on The Young and the Restless this Wednesday, November 5th. Nick Newman is about to face one of the darkest figures from his past. Even after getting the emotional news from Sharon that their son Noah is finally waking up from his coma, Nick just can't let this go. Not before he confronts the man he believes is Matt Clark, now going by the name Mitch Bacall. Sharon wants Nick at the hospital, but Nick may tell her he'll be there soon and decide to stop by the shadow room first to deal with Mitch face-to-face. Meanwhile, Sienna Bacall is scrambling behind the scenes. She's determined to cover up anything that could connect her, or her nightclub, to Noah's accident. She's especially worried about the police catching on, so she'll be working overtime to make sure the truth stays buried. While Sienna is busy distracting the cops, Nick finally corners Mitch. And this is where things really explode. Nick is completely convinced Mitch is actually Matt Clark, his old enemy, the man he's despised for years. Mitch will probably try to twist the situation, gaslight Nick, and act like he has no idea what Nick is talking about. But Nick isn't buying it. You can expect some fiery words, heated questions, and serious threats from Nick as the tension rises between them. Back at the hospital, Victoria Newman is getting suspicious about Noah's crash. Something's not adding up to her. This could push her to question Sharon, maybe even asking if Matt Clark has anything to do with this. Eventually, Nick does make it to the hospital. He's by Sharon's side and finally gets to see Noah awake. It's an emotional moment as Nick tells Noah how thankful he is that he's okay. To top it all off, the doctor announces it's time to remove Noah's bandages, meaning more hopeful news for the Newman family. The Young and the Restless YNR recap for Tuesday, November 4th, reveals that Noah Newman will struggle with some memory issues while Claire Newman meets Mitch Bacall aka Matt Clark and gets bad vibes. At their hotel, Nick Newman will stop by Sharon Newman's room with a scone, so they'll discuss how they didn't get much sleep due to Matt's return and their concerns about Noah. Sharon will plan on heading back to the hospital, but Nick will want to join her there a bit later. In the meantime, Nick will hope to ambush Matt at the shadow room and try to get some answers. At the hotel cafe, Claire will have sunglasses on due to her hangover as she eats breakfast with Victoria Newman and Nicky Newman. Nicky will seem a little uncomfortable over Claire's drinking before talk turns to Claire's decision to head home to Genoa City. Once Holden overhears that info, he'll speak with Claire privately. Claire will assure Holden that she enjoyed their time together, including what happened between them last night, but she'll be ready to go home and figure out what normal looks like. Holden will wonder where he fits in Claire's life now, but she won't be able to give him a firm answer on that yet. Since Claire's flight will be in a few hours, she'll have 2 requests before she goes. Claire will want to see the mountains one more time and stop by the shadow room so she can thank Sienna Bacall for her hospitality. Holden will realize this is really about digging for the truth about his past with Audra, but he'll agree to take Claire there anyway. After Holden and Claire snap some pics with the mountain backdrop, they'll indeed head to the nightclub. Before they go inside, Holden will manage to talk Claire out of pumping Sienna for information related to his history with Audra. As for Mitch, he'll find Sienna at the shadow room and once again deny that he's this Matt person. Mitch will act like Nick must just be an upset father who's desperate for answers and making things up. Mitch will also admit he missed Sienna last night since she didn't come home, but she'll make excuses. Claire and Holden will later approach Sienna alone, so that'll give Claire a chance to say goodbye and extend her gratitude. Mitch will eventually pop up and meet Claire, so he'll suggest that Sienna told him that she was Noah's cousin. After Mitch talks about meeting Noah in London and offering to invest in his new LA club, there'll be some talk about the accident. Sienna will mention the speculation that it may not have been an accident at all, so Mitch won't be pleased over her highlighting that to Claire. As for Audra, Charles Holden will insist she's ancient history, but he'll acknowledge that he still runs into her since they both live in Genoa City now. Sienna will assume Claire wants Audra dirt like Kyle Abbott did, but she'll turn Sienna down. Once Claire and Holden head outside, she'll talk about the tension she felt when Mitch walked in the room. Claire will discuss Mitch's unsettling vibe and seem a little weirded out. Claire will also reflect on all the secrets and lies that other people have told her. If Holden wants to have a real friendship, Claire will need him to be honest about what happened with Audra. Nick will pop up at one point and claim that he needs to see Mitch about Noah's crash, so Holden and Claire will confirm he's inside. Claire will wonder if she's missing something since Sharon was at the shadow room last night too, but Nick will downplay any drama. Back inside, Mitch will insist Sienna shouldn't have told Claire that it wasn't an accident, but she'll argue that Claire knew already. Since Sienna will seem so on edge over the Noah situation, Mitch will wonder why, since it's not like she really even knew Noah. Based on Sienna's expression, it'll be obvious that she's holding back. At the hospital, Sharon will read to Noah until he moves his hand multiple times. Noah will finally wake up enough to call Sharon mother, so she'll be over the moon about him coming out of his coma. The doctor will offer some positive medical updates and confirm that Noah's on the right track. Sharon will give Nikki and Victoria the good news once they arrive, so they'll also sit down with Noah. Although Noah will remember his loved ones and who he is, he'll draw a blank when it comes to the crash. Since Noah won't recall what happened to him, he'll push Victoria and Nikki to explain how he ended up there. Meanwhile, Sharon will finally get in touch with Nick and summon him to the hospital right away now that Noah's awake. The Young and the Restless spoilers say there's much more drama to come for Nick and Sharon, so stay tuned. Sienna will be busy trying to keep the cops off her trail in Wednesday's show, so that may allow Nick to corner Mitch alone. Whatever the case, Y&R spoilers say Sienna will indeed concentrate on a police cover-up. It's clear that Sienna wants to avoid any scrutiny when it comes to her connection to Noah, so she'll work to protect herself and the nightclub. In the meantime, Nick will face off with his worst foe of all time. Although Nick trusts Sharon's judgment on this, he'll be even more convinced that Mitch is Matt when he sees the guy for himself. Matt may play more mind games and try to act like Nick's got it all wrong, but Nick will feel certain he's staring at his old nemesis. There'll be some incredibly tense moments as Nick barks out questions and delivers some major threats. At the hospital, Victoria Newman, Amelie Heinley, will mull over Noah's crash and worry about how suspicious it all seems. After Kyle whines about Holden and Audra, Jack advises him to stand back and let Claire sort things out on her own. Kyle tells him that Claire never responded to his text of Harrison in his costume. His son was so hurt and constantly asks where she is. Jack says the ball is in Claire's court and there's nothing he can do. Kyle thinks there is something. Prove Holden isn't who Claire thinks he is. It's risky, but he'll do it. After sex in Claire's hotel room, Holden tells her she was amazing. Claire admits it may have been the first time she truly let herself go and assures him she has no regrets. Holding his hand, she declares that she's a new person. They wonder if he should stay the night and if her family will interrupt. Once he gets dressed, she walks him out, kissing him at the door. This could lead to Victoria pumping Sharon for more info, so will Sharon admit Matt Clark is alive and may be linked to what happened? Regardless, Nick will ultimately head to the hospital and join Sharon by Noah's bedside. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to bell the notification icon.